What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97, and welcome back to my SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 General Manager mode. Last time, we saw the crowning of a brand new United States champion in the form of Shad. And, oh man, 4.5 stars, youch. So, yeah, some 3.5 star shows from Raw and ECW. Last week, we did have a pretty good show. This was actually pretty good. It was really solid. This week's show, we'll see what we can do. We're splitting up the tag team this week because at No Way Out, they're going to take on Sabu and Sandman for the tag team titles. That's going to happen. And that also means, since we are just 2 days away from No Way Out, that also means that we are soon awaiting the arrival of Randy Orton, which is going to be pretty big. It's going to be big news, but not fake news. It's real news. It's happening. So yeah, we split those up because these are the official rivalries, because I always do my tag team rivalries as 2 separate singles, just because they're more versatile, you can use them in more situations, and this is one of them. Then we have just a random tag team matchup for guys, because a lot of people didn't actually make the show this week, and by a lot, I mean 3, which isn't actually a lot. But yeah, you got the King's Court and Jeff Hardy, who are just kind of not present this week. Their contracts are going to expire, so, you know, they're off-screen shenanigans. They're in contract negotiations, so the GM didn't put them on the show. Sure, let's go with that. So, yeah, there's this tag match between makeshift team of Punk and Lashley taking on Carlito and Masters. I don't know, maybe if Corvon and Burke fail to capture the titles from Sabu and Sandman, maybe we could throw together Punk and Lashley as a team. I don't know, why not? It's something. Then we got 6-man tag, mixing the rivalries, Edge and Snitsky, Shad and JTG, Ric Flair and Matt Hardy. Just line it up so we got the champs on one side and also Snitsky, and then everybody else on the other. Then main event, Terry Funk goes one-on-one with Mick Foley. Mick Foley is fed up with Funk's failures, and now he's gonna put him to bed, put him to rest himself. And Nitro's also in his corner because rivalry, and Nitro doesn't quite know what's going on, so he's just kind of spectating this. So, worst case scenario, if for some reason Johnny Nitro doesn't get into the world title picture at the pay-per-view, absolute worst case scenario, Terry Funk can have a match with Mick Foley instead. Maybe not a world title match, but a big hardcore thing or something. That's like worst case scenario. Because Funk's going rebel. He's revolting. So we'll simulate these. Marcus gets a win. Sandman gets a win. So both teams get a win. Then we got this one. Punk and Lashley get the win over Carlito and Masters, so that's a bit of a surprise there. The makeshift team actually worked, so perhaps Punk and Lashley could maybe get a shot at the tag titles at some point down the road. And, what should I play? I don't know if I really want to play the 6-man tag, because it's just a normal tag, so we'll simulate. And it's the champions team, including Snitsky, who get the win over Edge, GTG, and Ric Flair, so yeah, the pay-per-view is going to be interesting. Obviously, we're going to have JTG versus Shad in some sort of match. Then we're going to have probably just a multi-man cruiserweight title match since Ric Flair already got his one-on-one shot. And then Edge and Snitsky, we'll see what happens there. So I guess we have Terry Funk versus Mick Foley. That's the match we're going to showcase. All right, here we go. Mick Foley ready to go. Terry Funk ready to go. Mick Foley, he's sick of seeing Terry Funk fail to live up to the rest of the hardcore legends. I mean, Mick Foley's World Heavyweight Champion. Sabu and Sandman are currently the Tag Team Champions. Terry Funk was supposed to go after the United States Championship, and he has totally failed to really live up to that end of the deal. He's had, what, 3, maybe even 4 shots? I think only 3, but potentially 4 shots at the United States Championship, and none of them have been successful. He failed on each encounter, whether it was a one-on-one match with Johnny Nitro or a multi-man environment. Funk just couldn't get the job done. And Mick Foley, he's tired of putting up with it. He's saying, all right, Funk, we are going to have this matchup tonight. If you want to stay in this group, well then beat me. Beat the leader, Mick Foley. And that's what's happening. Funk, he's fighting for his, not his career, because he'll still be a SmackDown superstar, but he's fighting for his right to remain in this group. He's fighting to remain alongside the hardcore legends. And Terry Funk right now, takes Mick Foley down with a reverse DDT. Johnny Nitro is just sort of caught in the middle of this because Johnny Nitro, he's obviously SmackDown's last big defender, the only guy left who can really go toe-to-toe with Mick Foley. So right now, Johnny Nitro is just sort of standing by at ringside watching this play out. He's not going to get involved, at least I don't think he will, because Nitro, I mean, he's got history with Mick Foley, he's got history with Terry Funk, so he's just kind of a spectator right now. He's just watching on. And so it doesn't look like Mick Foley's going to take any cheap shots on Johnny Nitro. Instead, Foley's just going to keep focusing on the man in front of him. He's going to keep focusing on Terry Funk, on his potentially former subordinate. As, oh, there's a kick to the chest. Well, actually, I don't even know if subordinate would be the right word, because these, I mean, all four of the Hardcore Legends had an opportunity to win the world title. It just happened to be Mick Foley who won it. And so that just, I guess that sort of established a bit of a pecking order, but I mean, we've seen before that these men they have been willing to fight amongst each other. They're willing to, you know, they're not going to just give up their own individual aspirations just for the sake of their alliance. So there's a bit of nuance in this group, but Terry Funk, I mean, nuance aside, he has failed to live up to expectations. So right now, I mean, oh, Mick Foley shot to the midsection with that big knee lift. Mick Foley is just taking Funk to task right now, but Funk counters with a neck breaker. Funk perhaps looking to turn things around. I mean, Terry Funk, really, he is the weakest link. Mick Foley recognizes that. We all recognize it. And that's why Funk, this is his only chance. If he wants to stay in the group, he's got to go head-to-head with the leader. Oh, Foley went for the back suplex. Terry Funk able to stick the landing, and Terry Funk, a couple of shots to the back. And, of course, Mick Foley just 2 days away from No Way Out, where he will have to defend his World Heavyweight Championship. Terry Funk, if he does get the win here, he could perhaps get a piece of that action. He could perhaps get a chance to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Mick Foley, I mean, if it came down to that, I'm sure he'd be, oh, dropping, I was about to say Samoan drop, that's not what it was a fireman's carry slam. But I'm sure Mick Foley would be willing to defend the title against Terry Funk if Funk was a deserving challenger, but right now, Terry Funk has not been putting in the performances, racking up the wins. He just hasn't proved himself. And right now, Mick Foley is just tossing Funk around like a rag doll, just carrying him around. Funk has really has not been able to really do much of, put up any sort of resistance. Mick Foley dumps him to the outside, dumps him to the floor, and now I think Foley's just content to take the count out. He is absolutely no interest in Terry Funk anymore. I mean, Foley's saying, Funk, if you can't get back in the ring off of that, if that's enough to put you away, you don't deserve to be in this group. Referee to a count of 4. Funk's in the ring. Foley's got his back turned. Mick Foley had his back turned, and Terry Funk capitalizes with a back suplex. Terry Funk has taken quite a beating in this matchup, but he's still trying to hang in there, trying to come back for more. Trying to dish out some punishment of his own. As he drags Foley to the center of the ring, Foley back to his feet. Oh, Foley was trying to go for a drop kick, but Funk was able to block it. Funk now has Foley up on his shoulders. Mick Foley, oh, he's getting spun around. Terry Funk with an airplane spin. Wasn't able to give him too many rotations, though. I don't think Funk had enough left in him to really go for any more rotations. Foley's still dazed, though. Well, not for long. Mick Foley back up to his feet. Whiplash off that neck breaker. Now up top. Mick Foley. Oh, no! He missed. I thought it looked like he was going to go for a double foot stomp. Terry Funk ducked out of the way and now delivers the knee to the face. Terry Funk. He's got to fight with everything he's got because he is on the brink of defeat right now. Oh, it's Terry Funk with a flurry of jabs, flurry of strikes. Mick Foley down on the canvas, but he's back up to his feet yet again, and Terry Funk's in trouble. Oh, counter. Terry Funk able to counter. Mick Foley crashing into the canvas, but Funk unable to capitalize. He's taking too much damage. He's able to play defense, but unable to go on offense. As there's a kick, another kick. Funk's got Foley up on his shoulders. Mick Foley's up on Terry Funk's shoulders. But Foley trying to fight out of it. Mick Foley DDT. Mick Foley was able to resist it. Funk is in trouble. Mick Foley. Thez press. As you saw, Funk was dazed there. Funk nearly collapsed. But Foley took him down to the Thez press. And now what's Mick going to do? Mick going to the outside. Wait a minute, Mick Foley. I mean, this is not a no disqualification match. Mick Foley's got a weapon. Mick Foley's got Barbie in his hands, but no. Terry Funk takes it down. And now Terry Funk with a Thez press of his own. Terry Funk firing back. Trying to unleash, try to open a can of whoop ass on Mick Foley. As the referee, is the referee going to get that weapon out of here? I mean, this isn't a no disqualification match. There's always the threat that one of these men could use it. Is Mick Foley now. Oh, Mick Foley's got Terry Funk pile driver. A pile driver by Mick Foley. And now Mick's going to go up top. Mick Foley up top. Oh, the double foot stomp. That time he got it. Terry Funk didn't have enough left in him to dodge that one. And now Terry Funk, he's in trouble. As Mick Foley, the double arm DDT, takes Terry Funk down. And right next to that barbed wire bat, the cover. 2, 3. And Mick Foley puts away Terry Funk. And now you have to ask the question, where, oh where, do the Hardcore Legends go from here, and where does Terry Funk go from here? Because he's gone. His future just went up in smoke. He has been banished from the Hardcore Legends, the Hardcore Icons. He's no longer a part of the group. And now he's all alone. That direction that he had, it's all gone. Also, I did give Nitro that win, and I also cheated a bit because he was at 86 popularity, so I boosted him with like some interviews and autograph signings. So I made sure to boost Johnny Nitro back up so that hopefully, ideally, he is going to be in a position where he can make the Power 25 and be in contention for the world title. Yeah, I know, I'm low on cash. I am really in a... Okay, I only have 4 contracts. It looked like I had more. Okay, that is only 4. Maybe I'll survive. But yeah, I'm really in a tough spot with money. So let's take a look. Fan support, does anyone really care at this point? Yeah, we're losing even more. So, yep, there's Foley and Funk. There's... Wow. Yeah. That's a big jump. The victory alone probably would have put him in the top 5. But you can never be too safe. You can never be too cautious. And yeah, now he's up to number 2 from formerly the number 10 spot. So hey, I don't have to worry about him not being in contention. Wow, Matt Hardy, the Cruiserweight Champion, is all the way up at 11. Of course, with Jeff, he gets dragged down. But wow, Matt Hardy by himself, he's really jumped up there. I think he's on a big winning streak. He's won, I think, like 6 in a row, actually. If I add that tag match into the picture. So that's a pretty big deal. So then I guess the question will now become, if I'm going to trade for Randy Orton, who do I trade? Well, let's see. Let's take a look at my contracts here. Who can I keep? We obviously need to keep Sandman. I got plans. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I have no money. I have 0 money. So I guess we keep Sandman. He stays. We gotta keep Burke, Okay, so I don't need to trade for Orton as of No Way Out. I can do it after the fact. So Sandman is safe. After No Way Out, I don't think I'm gonna have any money. So it's probably going to be one of these guys. Actually, no. If I go for Orton... Orton's, what, an 80, 89. Okay, so maybe I won't be able to get him immediately. Maybe that isn't going to happen. Because I'd have to boot... Well, okay, I'd have to boost somebody up to actually acquire him. Which, I mean, I do have some days to do that. So it might work. We might be able to make it happen. So, let's kick things off. Well, we obviously know... we need to have Edge versus Snitsky. And I mean, this has basically become Edge's match specialty. So it's got to happen. Last man standing, Edge versus Snitsky at No Way Out. That'll happen there. World Heavyweight Championship, Mick Foley versus Johnny Nitro. Now I think we can up the stakes a bit. But what do we do? Not last man standing, because we just had that. I feel like a Hell in the Cell is too extreme for right now. I don't think we're quite ready for that. I don't really want to do an Iron Man match either. So let's just make it normal for right now. I will go in and change that after I've set up the card. Yeah, and it is Johnny Nitro's hometown, so this is a big deal. Okay, well, let me reconsider this. Do I want to do ladder match, because that's always a risky match, because you never know who's going to win. I mean, like, anything could happen there. If it's pinfall submission, it's more likely that whoever I play as will win, but if it's like a ladder match, things could get tricky. So, Then again, the last time, like, we did a parking lot brawl. No, wait, that's not what I was thinking. Standard hardcore matches also have a lot of potential for some really cool things. Maybe we should just do that. I'll go back to it. For now, I'll just book it as hardcore. I'll go back. We obviously need the United States Championship matchup. This also needs to be some sort of a stipulation. Because we know it's going to be JTG versus Shad. First Blood, maybe? I don't know if I'm going to stick with that. But yeah, Shad versus JTG, United States Championship. Maybe that can be the ladder match. Ladder, table. We haven't done a table match in a while. Let's do a tables match. Sure. So that's 2 of our matches. Obviously need to have the Cruiserweight Championship. Well, hang on. Before that, let's not forget tag team titles on the line. And do we want to do Steel Cage again? That's sort of become the specialty. I mean, it's not considered a specialty match for them, but I should try to make it one at this point. Sabu, Sandman, taken on, and this is where all my money's going to go, so there's no way I'll be able to extend any more contracts because all my money's going to go here. So Sabu and Sandman taking on Elijah Burke and Marcus Corvon in a Steel Cage Tornado Tag Team matchup for the tag team titles, just like we did not at the Royal Rumble, just kidding. Just like we did not on that episode of SmackDown, just kidding. Whenever it last happened. Armageddon, maybe? I don't remember when their last title defense was. So there's all this. And then match 1. Cruiserweight Championship Battle Royal. We're going to be put in so much debt after this pay-per-view. Okay, who's all left? There's obviously the champion Matt Hardy. He needs to be in there. Ric Flair needs to be in there. Jeff Hardy's going to be in there. Carlito's going to be in there. CM Punk's going to be in there. Who else can fit? Can anybody else fit? Nitro's busy. Sabu's busy. Carlito. Edge is busy. Burke is busy. Finley, why not? There we go. We got our Cruiserweight Championship 6-man Battle Royal. Finley, Hardy, Punk, Flair, Carlito, Matt Hardy. And you know what? Maybe, since William Regal is the one whose contract is expiring, maybe it might be time to disband the King's Court, because Booker's gone. That plan never really came to fruition. They've lost their tag titles. Finley can go on his own in the Cruiserweight division. William Regal, not really much left for him to do, so I might boost him up and trade him, since he's my guy with 1 week on his contract here. That might be what it comes down to. So that rivalry, everything is on the card. Everything is good to go. No Way Out, set to take place in the next episode. Stay tuned for that, and have a nice day.